The city of Sacramento shimmered under the twilight sky, bathed in hues of orange, pink, and lavender. The streets buzzed with the familiar hum of traffic as people made their way home. Dana Williams, a confident and poised black woman, sat behind the wheel of her sleek black sedan, her tailored gray suit a testament to her professionalism. The soft notes of jazz played on the radio, offering a brief moment of tranquility after a long day at the office. As she reached an intersection, the traffic light turned yellow. She slowed to a stop just as it turned red. That was when she noticed the flicker of red and blue in her rearview mirror, followed by the sharp wail of a siren. Frowning, she wondered what she had done wrong, but remained calm as she pulled over. Officer Patrick Mitchell emerged from his cruiser, his uniform crisp, his expression unreadable. He adjusted his belt, walking toward Dana's car with deliberate confidence. His gaze, however, lingered a little too long, studying her, searching for something. "License and registration," he demanded, offering no explanation. Dana met his gaze, her voice composed. "Is there a problem, officer?" Patrick's lips curled slightly, not quite a smile. "We'll get to that. License and registration." Dana moved slowly, retrieving her documents from the glove compartment, acutely aware of his scrutinizing stare. As he took them from her, he let his eyes linger, on her face, on her attire, on something unspoken. Then, with a smirk, he said, "You ran a yellow light." "I came to a full stop when it turned red," Dana replied, her voice firm but respectful. Patrick studied her again. "You're not from around here, are you?" Dana exhaled slowly. "My address is on my license." Patrick ignored her response. "An address is one thing. My instincts tell me something else." The conversation felt less like a traffic stop and more like an interrogation. His tone, his stance, everything about him suggested he was searching for a reason to prolong their interaction. "Where do you work?" he asked suddenly. Dana's brow arched. "I don't see how that's relevant to a traffic stop." Patrick chuckled, but there was no humor in it. "Sometimes I like to know who I'm talking to, especially when they don't seem like the people I usually see around here." The implication hung heavy between them. Dana held her composure. "Officer, if you're done checking my documents, I'd like to be on my way." Patrick's smirk returned. "Step out of the car." Dana didn't react immediately. "May I ask why?" Patrick's voice turned colder. "Refusing a lawful request isn't the smartest move." Dana knew where this was going. A power play, a test. Suppressing her frustration, she unbuckled her seatbelt, opened the door, and stepped out. "Hands on the hood," Patrick ordered. Dana met his eyes, her own gaze unyielding. "What exactly do you suspect me of, officer?" Patrick took a step closer. "Standard procedure. You never know what someone might be carrying." Dana turned and placed her hands on the hood, her posture straight, unwavering. She wasn't just complying. She was challenging him, not with resistance, but with the undeniable truth. He had chosen the wrong person to intimidate. As Dana stood with her hands on the hood, she felt the weight of passing eyes on her. A few pedestrians slowed their steps, their gazes flickering between her and Officer Patrick. Some looked away quickly, unwilling to get involved. Others lingered, curiosity warring with discomfort. Patrick patted her down, slow, methodical, unnecessary. Dana clenched her jaw, refusing to react. He found nothing, of course. Straightening, he let out an exaggerated sigh. "You check out," he said, tossing her license onto the hood like it was worthless. Dana exhaled sharply. "Am I free to go?" Patrick smirked. Don't be in such a hurry, Miss Williams. Dana's eyes narrowed. What more do you need? He leaned in slightly. A little respect wouldn't hurt. Dana straightened, reclaiming her license. Respect is earned, Officer Mitchell. Patrick's jaw twitched. Is that so? She met his stare without flinching. If you're done proving whatever point you wanted to make, I'd like to leave now. Patrick's fingers hovered near his belt, his smirk now replaced with something colder. Watch your attitude. It could get you in trouble. Dana's pulse pounded, but her voice remained steady. The only trouble here is an officer abusing his power. For a moment they stood locked in a silent battle. Then Patrick chuckled. Drive safe. Without another word, Dana turned, got into her car, and pulled away. She refused to let her hands shake, refused to let him see her brake. Dana drove in silence, her heart pounding despite her composed exit. The city lights blurred past, but her mind was stuck in that moment. His smirk, his gaze, the unspoken threat in his voice. She gripped the steering wheel tightly, exhaling slowly. It wasn't the first time she had faced this, but that didn't make it any easier. How many more times? How many more men like him, searching for reasons to make her feel small? Her phone buzzed. A message from her best friend, Maya. Dinner at my place? You need to vent. Dana allowed herself a small smile. Not tonight, but soon. She needed a moment to breathe first. Back in his patrol car, Patrick watched her taillights disappear. He drummed his fingers against the steering wheel, his smirk returning. She got lucky, he muttered. But deep down, he knew the truth. She hadn't been lucky. She had been stronger. She hadn't cowered, hadn't given him the satisfaction of fear. That annoyed him more than anything. Dana, meanwhile, pulled into her apartment complex, finally allowing herself a deep breath. Tonight was just another reminder of the battles fought in silence, of the resilience she carried every single day. She wasn't broken. She never would be.